Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All I can say is wow. All I can say right now at this moment is wow. As a truck driver, I'm alone a lot. I'm alone. I'm accustomed to being alone. And it has really been a eye-opening, really, seriously, third eye-opening experience because I have a long time just me and God. I've been able to truly elevate my mind, my body, my soul, spiritually, intellectually, physically, into a higher mode of living. Like, I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. I see what's going on around me. I check in with the news, I check in here, but I'm not consumed with it like I once was. I was once to the point where I couldn't even work. I was so into politics just that much. It bothered me to the point where it was stressing me out. And so with that, I still check in with and see what's going on here and there. And now I'm gonna share some stuff with you. I'm gonna keep it real because I'm just gonna keep it real. Um, I predicted, well, I felt that Donald Trump would not come back into the presidency, and in a way, he hasn't because he's not the same as who he used to be, as he once was before he was in there. So he's learned a few things. He's learned that you actually cannot shoot a person on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. May seem like it, but you can't. But also, I'm like neither here nor there when it comes to politics. But I do see, I mean, because you either here, you're either on one side or you're on the other side. Why come we can't come together and compromise? That's what the Congress has to do. They have to come together and they have to I don't like this that you say, I don't like that what you bring, I don't like that what you created. However, I got to work with you on this so we can create something together. That's why we're called Congress. um so I will say that um there have been, you know I will say this. There's never been any president who has ever decided to go in and see what's going on with these federal agencies. Now, mind you, it is very tragic and very sad. Um, I think it's something that is drastic to have all these federal employees lose their jobs because when you get a federal job, you pretty much, you got a job, kind of like for life, like the Supreme Court. They have a job for life. They're there till they ready to say I don't want to be here no more or retire or just you know whatever. Uh, how you living? I have been on a whirlwind these past 2 weeks. A whirlwind. And I'm going to tell you, I promise you, I'm going to tell you what has been going on. I can't believe it myself. Sometimes I just sit and at first, I was pinching myself. I thought I was going to wake up from a dream and I was going to be so sad that it was a dream. I was walking around in the daytime like that, thinking I'm in a dream and I'm going to wake up and that show is going to be sad. I'm going to wake up and all this going to be a dream. All this good stuff happening. Yeah, it's bad stuff. It's bad stuff happening. But see, I look at the blessings. I look at the good, the silver lining around that cloud, cause that cloud's gonna hold a ton of water. that the earth needs. But there's also a silver lining around that cloud because the sun is always shining. The sun is always shining, honey. So look at it as a blessing. Maybe, it needed to be done. Maybe it needed to happen. But one thing I do know is, our time here on this earth is not long. And I know I kind of reiterate that. I do. Because I want to reiterate something else. Sow, love, grow. We got time. And see, that's how all these blessings come. Because, see, my whole entire life has been nothing but oppression, sadness, tragedy. I get over one thing, here comes something else. I couldn't believe it. It was just nightmarish. To this, grow to something so beautiful because I let the world go. I let the world go to the point where it don't affect me like it used to. Or used to bring me down, used to depress me. Wow, that's what the country did to my people. Wow, that's how, to come to realize that. That right there in itself. That's how our ancestors got treated. And nobody said, really. Stuff like that sometimes is frustrating. When you see atrocities and different things done to certain folks. We didn't ask to be born how we was born. But I tell you one thing, I'm proud to be who I am. And I want you to be proud to who you are too. The proud boys and the proud girls. That's who we are. We proud. We proud of who we are. I am. I heard that church own that name, the Proud Boys. So we the proud boys and the proud girls of God. We ain't got time for hate. Who got time for that? Don't you know that hate consumes you to the point that you begin to hate yourself too? I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about whoever hates. Nothing comes from hate. Nothing comes from hate. Nothing good comes out of hate. The fiery flames of hate. It just keeps on burning till it finally consumes. It does. It consumes you. Because you just be thinking about that. Man, you just don't know. Let me call them so I tell them. Let me tell you, you just don't know. I am so mad about, I can't stand so-and-so. You know what they did? And then you done told it to so many people. You still so mad. You got them upset. Them folks, you don't matter. No, I don't want you. No, see, you cool with them. I don't want you to feel them. But see, they looking at them like, well, I can, because you told me I don't like them either. So see, hate consumes. We got to come up out of that for real. We got to stop hating on each other. Don't you know that is room at the throne of God for all God's royalty? We are all my children of God. Different skin, one love, one God who created us. In God's own image, the birth of the universe. Let us create man in our let us create man in our own image. What is that? It didn't say my image. The birth of the universe. God is God is everything. God is all things. Let's just say like that. Because I know. Because I've been on the journey. I've been on a quest. I've been on a mind-boggling quest. I'm so much that I get tongue-tied. I've been on a mind-boggling quest. A journey across nations, across this country. And to Africa and back. I'm going again. I want to go and journey and soak up and try to learn as much as I can. Because, see, that helps me as we navigate our path to unity. Because we learn from the past how not to repeat it. And love is all that matters. You don't even have to deal with them. You don't have to deal with them, but love them and leave them alone. Because if you don't, you're going to be right back up there on that merry-go-round. You trying to get off. How did I get back? How did I get them to talk me back into doing this again? I knew I shouldn't have talked to them. I knew I shouldn't have took that phone call. I knew. See, but you knew. But you did it anyway. But, anyway, we got to learn. We got to learn. We got to be strong. And we got to learn how to stand up for ourselves. Self-love is the most important love. That's it. If you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? You got to love you. See, you got to find a purpose. We all got a purpose here. And it has to do with each other. It don't matter where you live at, don't matter where you come from, don't matter who you are, don't matter what you look like. There are many of us. There's 8 billion people on this earth. And don't you know that I tend to reach every one of them, every single one. Wow. I know. That sounds daunting, but I'm not daunted. It sounds difficult, but I'm not intimidated. It sounds impossible. But the impossible is possible in God. You don't hear me though. But the impossible is possible in God. I need a drum roll. For real. And a cymbal. Ding. The impossible is possible in God. But you got to understand something. You got to know this, that God has a beautiful plan for you. It may not be set out the way you think it's going to be. It'll be a little different. Because you think the plan going to go this way. You think your life's supposed to go this way and that way. But see, God will switch it all up, change it up, and have it going this way. Because I never ever would have thought in my wildest dreams that I would have been a truck driver. Never in a million years ever. But God put me on that path for this outcome. For something that has, began as something very negative, has kind of turned around into a positive. And if we seriously look for that positivity instead of jumping on that negativity and running with that, we can change a lot. We can make a lot of difference. We can begin that ripple effect, that pebble going in, the ripple of change. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I'll tell you, I've been so excited. I have been I have more time for growth. Can you imagine just having time to just Do what you love doing, growing and lifting the world, sowing the seeds of love. Can you imagine? Let's work towards it. Keep the dream. What is it going to take for you to get to where you want to be, where you'll have time to do the things you love? Your purpose-driven life. And it's not about having all the money in the world, because you think that God wants us to be rich. God wants us to be nice and comfortable. But what does that nice and comfortable mean? We have to be happy in the state that we are in. Philippians. Be happy in the state that you are in. Okay? And then we understand that God is going to take us on to bigger and better things. We must know that God is going to take us to bigger and better things on this journey, on this highway of life. So love. So love. I'm getting choked up. It sometimes comes, when you get like a little choked up, because I mean, I'm seriously cannot believe that this has happened. I can't. And I have been adjusting to change. A change that I prayed for, and it has happened. I can't believe it. It just happened just like that. I had to snap two fingers, because it just lets you know that this really, I mean, it happened just like that. I can't snap them hard like I used to, but it happened like that. And that's how God works. Just like that. When you sit up and say, wait a minute, what? Wow, God. Wow, God. That storm came through and is over with. And God, look what you have done. You just don't know until you try God. You just don't know until you try God. So love all over the world. God bless you as you grow. And God is love. Remember that. God is love. So love. And you grow love. And I love you.